Hello and welcome to this short recording of a standardisation of the new style sample paper for Entry Level 3. Before you watch or listen further, please scan the QR code to access the Padlet where I've placed the learner response, mark scheme and mark sheet for you to use. You'll find these on Padlet card 4. Download the learner response to activities 1, 2, 5 and 6 along with the mark scheme and mark sheet, and use the mark scheme to mark the learner response and give feedback, and then return to this recording to see how your marks compare. So for these first non-calculator underpinning skills questions, how many marks would we award? I'll reveal now. All 4 marks. Very well done, this learner, managing to do all of their calculations correctly. Brilliant. Okay, now we're on to the non-calculator problem solving activity. How many marks can we award? I shall share now. So out of a possible 3 for the first, we've given 1 mark. And again, in the live session, there was some contention around even giving that 1 mark for the learner working for 2A. And this is because our attendees said that they had not written the plus symbol. And that's true, the learner hasn't written the plus symbol, and the mark scheme does say 683 plus 139. But then we also have in the second column OE, which means or equivalent method, and the method that we can see is clearly an addition. They've made a one little mistake when it comes to adding up the hundreds, but we can clearly see that that is an addition, so yes, we can award that mark. They have given the correct decision in terms of is Nico correct, but they haven't really justified that answer. So unfortunately, they cannot get that mark, and so they really would only get it by putting no and the correct answer, or the difference between their answer and what is given. For 2B, this one's quite straightforward. The answer is 45, and that is what will be accepted. But no, we can see 37 there. For 2C, this one's very frustrating because what this poor learner has done is they've, for some reason, instead of dividing 768, they've divided by 12. They've divided 788, so they've just written down the wrong number. Their actual calculation is their method is very good, and perhaps if they had written 65 remainder 8, or worked it out as a decimal number, then that would be fine in terms of the subject content statement that's being assessed, but unfortunately they haven't. They've given an answer. 788 divided by 12 is 65. We cannot award any marks for this according to the mark scheme, and it's very unfortunate that our learner has, if they had written 768 divided by 12 and then got a wrong answer, they could at least have had that first mark for showing 768 divided by 12, but somewhere along the line the learner confused the 6 with an 8. And how about this one? You can mark it now if you haven't already. I'm going to reveal the answer. So we're given 1 mark out of 2 for the first one. So we can see the 330, so we can award that mark. So what they've done is they've done the rounding, but they haven't done the check. So all they needed to do was to put that rounded number into the subtraction that we can see there, and then do that subtraction, 330 take away 140 to get that second mark. And then for 5B, our learner has given a correct decision, and truthfully it is not enough, but we need to see a numerical reason. So while this learner may argue that their answer is factually correct. Mathematically, and for the mark scheme, we do need to have mathematical reasoning for this type of question. And for these two questions, I'll reveal the marks now. So for the first one, no marks can be awarded. I think everybody was in agreement with that in the live session. And for the second one, our learner, again, they've given a decision and they must have used a ruler and measured the length that we can see, and it's not 12 centimeters. No, it's not. But they haven't written down what it is. So again, factually correct, but we need to see a numerical reason. So this is just the learner possibly even knows and would be able to tell you that it was 12.5 centimeters, but they haven't written that. We can only mark them on what we can see. So hopefully this is an easy mistake to clear up as part of assessment preparation for this particular learner. How about these? I've got 6A and 6B. I'll reveal the marks. So we can award 1 mark for the first question because they have drawn 2 bars correctly. There is nothing in the mark scheme that says the lines need to be straight and drawn with a ruler. Obviously, it's preferred and will certainly be good practice. That's certainly something you can discuss with this learner. But they have drawn those 2 bar charts to the right level, so they can have 1 mark for 6A. And for 6B, again, they are giving a decision, but they are not backing it up with a valid numerical reason. It's not time yet. No, it's 10 to 8, whereas we want the heating on. It's going to come on at 10 past 8. So, yeah, it's not time yet. Factually true, but we need a numerical reason. And for these questions, I'll show you the mark now. For 6C, which is out of 2 marks, they've written 290, but on the bar chart, we have awarded that they have indicated that 280 and that 240. So the fact that they've written that number down below as 290, we can forget about that because they have indicated on the bar chart where those lines do come across, and perhaps it's just that they've drawn the line for 280. They've just drawn it a little bit messily, which is what's caused them to think 290, but it is in this case indicated on the bar chart, so we can accept that, but they haven't found the difference and therefore we can't award the second mark. For 6D, it's quite straightforward. They've indicated the correct days, afternoon and morning, and therefore they can get the 2 marks. So here we have the total marks that will be awarded to this learner and feedback from the assessor to the learner. And the feedback that we have here is, this is a good first attempt, Alex. Your operations without a calculator are a particular strength, and also calculations involving money and rounding. Areas for development are to check your answers to make sure you're answering the question that's asked, and to always give a numerical reason when you're asked a question that involves a decision. For example, 5B, 5D, and 6B. So you can think for yourself as you watch this recording, is this assessor feedback, is it positive, is it specific, is it developmental? And you can also reflect on the feedback that you gave to this learner, which hopefully you gave to this learner. How does this compare? And in case you are wondering, For entry level 3 in the past, the pass marks have always been either 26 or 27 out of 40. It depends on the level of challenge of the specific paper as to whether it is 26 out of 40 or 27 out of 40. And we do not expect that this will change with any of the new papers coming out, and the first batch of new papers have now gone through awarding. In summary, all maths functional skills assessments are now in the new style. Our mark schemes haven't changed. Please do check with your internal quality assurer if you're unsure on awarding specific marks. And when it comes to giving feedback to your learner, it should be specific and developmental and positive. And do make sure that any learner achievement that you share with your learners, make sure that they're aware that this is subject to review. The IQA feedback to the assessor should also be positive, specific and developmental. If you have any questions after watching this session, please do get in touch. An easy way to put your question to us is to complete the evaluation form on the next slide. So our feedback form for on-demand events is here. You can scan the QR code. It is an anonymous survey. However, you have the option in the last questions, if there's something specific that you want to ask us, then you can choose to give us your contact details. If you don't choose to do that, if you've got no questions but you would like to give some feedback, then we do appreciate your feedback, so please do, and it will stay completely anonymous. But if you've got specific questions and you want us to get back in touch with you, then just let us know by completing that feedback form. You'll find all of our upcoming CPD events from our functional skills events page on the website. It's linked here. And again, you'll find it from that customer learner support drop down and choosing delivery support. And from the delivery support option, you can see delivery support functional skills, and you can see our events from there. Thank you so much for your time in listening to this recording. I hope you found it useful and helpful. If you've got further questions, you can contact me directly. If you've got questions about the portal or Surpass, please put those to customer support. And if you've got questions on our Skills Builder, our excellent platform for initial assessment, diagnostic and online resources, then please contact the Skills Assessment team. Thank you very much.